Today, we are very, very pleased to be here and joined by so many other small business owners in the community to announce the National Federation of Independent Businesses' proud endorsement of Doug Ose for Congress. Right now, what I'm hearing from small business owners up and down the state, whether it's right here in Elk Grove, Citrus Heights, Rancho Cordova, North, South, Central California, is the same thing. We hear, frankly, frustration with politicians who continue to place special interests above their own constituents, and certain uncertainty, absolute uncertainty about what tomorrow may bring. So uncertainty and frustration, as I'm sure many here would tell you. They're fed up, frankly, with candidates that tell them that they're the backbone of the economy, only to get elected and lack any kind of backbone on behalf of Main Street and small business owners. That's why it's so critical that we give Doug Ose the opportunity to return to Washington and continue his legacy of helping Main Street and California moving forward, and give Bera a pink slip in November.
Thank you, John. It is a delight to be here with you here in Elk Grove at the Smog and Go. As John said, I am a small business owner, and I know what it takes to create jobs and keep that door open every day. Turn the lights on, make sure you're signing the paychecks on time so your employees can go home and make sure they pay their bills. Ladies and gentlemen, this race is about contrast, and that's what it ought to be. On one hand, my opponent has routinely and regularly voted to increase taxes, increase regulation, and dismiss the needs of his constituents. On the other hand, you've got somebody running against him, me, who understands what it takes to create a job, like I said, to open the door of your business, to pay your bills on time, and who does not rely on the government for all answers to all questions. Let me give you a couple examples. On Obamacare, Congressman Bera has routinely and regularly voted to strip $716 billion from Medicare at the precise time that our demographics of our population are putting a bulge of Americans into Medicare eligibility. That is bad policy, and President Obama and Congressman Bera need to be held accountable for their decisions and their votes, none of which today are benefiting Americans. I got off the phone this morning on the way down here talking to a doctor who just retired from Kaiser. Part of the $716 billion of cuts that Congressman Bera has voted for in Medicare includes eviscerating Medicare Advantage. Now, my friend, who actually worked at Kaiser, told me that that was one of the most successful programs Kaiser had ever been part of, providing health care services to seniors and the like at a price they could afford in a timely manner. And here, Congressman Bera has voted consistently over and over and over again to cut the funding for that program. In business, if you say you're for one thing and you do the other, your customers take you to court on a charge of fraud. What we're seeing play out here is political fraud, ladies and gentlemen. My opponent is saying one thing, and then when he thinks we're not looking, he's doing another. We need to hold him accountable for that. In the economy, when Congressman Bera talks about how much he knows about small business, ask him if he's ever signed the front of a paycheck. I dare say he hasn't. This guy has been a lifelong government employee. He understands how government can hope to make the decisions that drive our businesses and our successes, but he doesn't have that everyday 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. reality check that you and I go through every day. Finally, today, I want to thank the NFIB for its endorsement. Where are you, John? There you go. There you go. I want to thank the NFIB for its endorsement. I have always tried to find solutions for our problems, and the NFIB's endorsement, I hope to go to Congress and continue that track record. Ladies and gentlemen, we need lower taxes, we need less regulation, we need somebody who's serving in this office who's paying attention to what's happening here in Elk Grove in the 7th Congressional District, rather than obeying their masters on Wall Street or on K Street in DC. It's time for a change. We need new leadership. Leadership matters, ladies and gentlemen. I ask you for your vote. I thank the NFIB for its endorsement. I look forward to a spirited campaign. I'll be happy to take any questions. Good, huh? We're done. Anyway, thanks for coming, everybody.